back on Boond Soch ki ttalk train of thought with a series of an episode with Dr. Swati Lodha, versatile leadership style. An excellent story what we are having exclusively on ttalk with Dr. Swati Lodha. We have seen a journey of an entrepreneur and the entrepreneur, and also as a writer. That's the way, like, I think we feel it's the best way to give it back to a society in a meaningful way. Ma'am, now in fact, one book you have written in terms of Get Set Go, which was relevant to the motivation aspects. How come you have changed the gear to in women? Like, why women are what they are? Like, what came in your mind while tossing up
Sir,
that subject?
I have been changing my gears all the time when I'm writing, because according to me, I'm not a very fixed person. I'm more of a fluid person, and so whatever I am learning at that particular time in my life, I want to write about that. So it is not like you look back at your journey and you write about it. I am writing most of the time while I am on the go. It is like it is a roller coaster. I am sitting on that merry-go-round and I am writing about it. That is how I've always been working. So when I was talking to students at Swash, I wrote Get Set Go. After that, I did my PhD research. So I started talking to women. I met a lot of housewives, lot of women, not a lot of women professionals, but a few in Rajasthan. So when I talked to them, I realized that I need to write about self-management for women, because there were not a lot of people who were talking about women at that time. And this book became a book, a talking point, a research point for a lot of other countries. So researchers in different countries started citing this book whenever they were talking about the condition of Indian women, or whenever they were talking about how women should be transforming themselves. So this became a self-help book for women. That is what I did through why women are what they are. Because as I was speaking more and more to women, I realized that they are not valuing themselves enough. They are not prioritizing themselves enough. They were always made, taught, conditioned to prioritize the family, the kids, and then think about themselves only as an afterthought. So I wanted to change that feeling amongst women. I also wanted them to understand that maybe we don't communicate well enough, so we need to change the way we communicate. We need to put it out in the universe what we are feeling. We need to talk about it, and also we need to work for the betterment of our next generation. That is, it became very important for me to write to women that the way you treat your boys and girls, your sons and daughters, that needs to change. And that is how I wrote the whole book about women. And I wonder now, because I wrote it in 2004. I was not even 30 then, and I was giving this so much of gyan to everyone. So a lot of people later told me also that what all did you know at that young age that you wrote books. And even later on, there were a lot of people, when I was writing books on parenting, they said that your daughter is young still, how can you write about parenting? So I would always ask them that, do you need to commit a murder in order to write a thriller? That's not essential. I mean, it's not essential that we have all the experiences and then we write about it. We can learn from experiences of others. And many a times, if you dive deep into the lives of others, that is what I was doing with young children, their parents, women. I was getting a lot of data in today's terminology, I would say. And since there was so much of data around me, I put that data to use, and which helped me write these books.
Correct.
Yeah.
I think here you could see a logical link of our career, because see, it's when we say at the young age she written number of books which are there. It all depends upon the kind of an hardcore research to what Dr. Swati Lodha had done in the relevant subject area. Her PhD is also in terms of women entrepreneurship, and she started writing the book which is more relevant to, like, we talk in terms of skill sets and attitude as far as the young audience which are concerned. And also when we talk in terms of why women are what they are, just to empower the women to ensure so they are confident and they are like respected in a society. That's what I think is a way to be, one can give it back to a society in a meaningful way. Ma'am, thanks a lot for sharing a thought process on a new book, Why Women Are What They Are. And I think one thing which is there, does writing energize you or it exhausts you? Like
I enjoy the journey, the process more than the end result. And that is why I am able to write so many books. I have written even the translations of Why Women Are What They Are, and to a large extent the translation of Get Set Go was also written by me. So had it exhausted me, I don't think I would have written so many books. It exhausts at times when you are so engrossed in the research for a book, and there is there are so many ends open. So tightening all the loose ends, trying to put all the chapters together. It is an exhilarating process. I would not use the word exhaust, but I would say that it is exhilarating, it is taxing, and the research brings out a lot of findings which might not be the same as what I was thinking. So many a times the research points you into another direction when you are doing these books. But then when you do books which are backed by research, it is a tough task, and it is a time consuming process too, but it has always been a journey that I have enjoyed. So exhaustion is not something that I would link with my writing journey. Of course, it requires a lot of consistency, it requires a lot of constant focus into a particular subject. You are deep diving constantly into one thing while you are writing into it, and that is why perhaps I don't write about the same thing again and again. My books are varied. They talk about different things, they talk about different perspectives, and they talk about different topics. So the themes keep changing, because that is how I keep my writing more interesting, informative, and it keeps me completely in a state of joy.
Good. I think if you love doing something, you never get tired. Like, and as rightly said by ma'am, Dr. A.P.J. Kalam, dream is nothing. Dream is not what you see while sleeping. It's something that don't let you sleep. So, which is that thing which don't let Dr. Swati Lodha sleep?
For me, as I said earlier also, that what drives me all the time is making a difference, making a difference in someone, somewhere. It could be me, it could be some other person, but there has to be some kind of meaningful change that comes out of what I am doing. That is what drives me all the time. So किसी ने बहुत खूब कहा है कि जैसा दर्द हो वैसा मंजर होता है, मौसम तो इंसान के अंदर होता है. So what it means is, what drives me is something inside me, which is a desire to make a difference, in lives of people, to make a difference in my own life. It has to be meaningful, it has to be purposeful, it has to justify my existence here, maybe my epitaph later on. That is what it is all about.
Good. I think अगर आप अपने मन की बात सुनो, you can transform the things in a much better way. कभी ऐसा ना, क्या कहते हैं लोग, सबसे बड़ा है रोग. You don't bother about what people are thinking about you, but if you have confidence in you, I'm sure you can do wonders. Now, in fact, if we'll see Dr. Swati Lodha's stories, not as an entrepreneur, as and also as a writer, but again, Dil Mange More. We'll catch up in a next episode about a further studies about a value addition which is there. Till then, stay tuned to www.ttalk.net. Subscribe and like the channel as much as you can. And thanks a lot for being part of this show. Thank you very much.